believe that Boots fight well, I think it will materialise for myself, but I'm not sure if it will be at the stadium. Might end up having to go over the US, but...
Yeah, I want it next. People be smiling, looking at that, saying, yeah, what's he talking about? That style of fight there's no. It's not that's a tricky night for anyone. Someone rushing in, diving in, heads, attacks, elbows, everything, making it a rough fight. And that learns your experience. So listen, I want the big names in the division. I've already took out one big name in background Murtazaliev. Let me get the other ones. I'm here, man. I'm a champion on my IBF, and I've just defended.
My message to them is keep my belts warm for right now, because I will be coming to collect them very soon.
Fresh off his latest victory, Josh Kelly called out Jaron Boots Ennis, and the champion fired back immediately, making it clear he's ready to step into the ring and settle it. Taking to social media shortly after, Ennis acknowledged the performance with a direct post that signaled fight negotiations could be right around the corner. Josh Kelly warned that any tactical shifts under the bright lights would backfire, predicting the sheer skill gap against Ennis would prove too much to overcome.
Guy who's going to bring the war. And if he tries something different in this fight, in this magnitude of a fight, with this amount of skill level on the table, it's going to go dreadfully wrong for him. So he'll learn quickly. In the first few rounds, he'll think. Like I said before, there'll be a shift in his mindset and his confidence, and he'll be going to bed every night.
Danny Garcia broke down the physical advantage Boots holds in speed and athleticism, while outlining the exact inside tactics Kelly must execute to pull off an upset. He stressed that staying active inside and targeting Ennis's body and chin will be critical if the challenger hopes to neutralize the champion's elite reach.
I think that's a great fight. I think that's an amazing fight. Boots definitely got the better skills. Faster, hits hard, more athletic.
Garcia anticipated an absolute war of attrition, acknowledging that Kelly's relentless pressure forces every opponent into a brutal dogfight. Despite that grit, he ultimately favored Ennis's rare skill set to break Kelly down over time and close the show in the final rounds.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be one of those fights, like a grueling fight type fight, where it's like, because he's the type of fighter, he makes you fight. Everyone he's fought, he made them fight, he made them dig deep. So, but I think just Boots is just a different kind of talent, and I think he should be able to stop him late.
Paulie Malignaggi pointed out how simple this matchup is to organize given their shared promoter, framing Kelly as a former top prospect who completely revived his career with a massive upset. He highlighted how Kelly went from being written off as a failed hype train to suddenly establishing himself as a legit champion at 154 pounds.
The easiest fight to probably make is the Josh Kelly fight. You know, Josh Kelly's the IBF junior middleweight champion. He's also signed to Matchroom, as is Jaron Ennis. Josh Kelly was at one time looked at as a budding superstar, good-looking kid, an Olympic medalist. But as a pro, he just wasn't panning out at all, and it looked like he was going to be a complete bust. And then out of nowhere, he came up and he upset what's his name for the IBF title in his last fight. Was the other boogeyman at 154 pounds. Josh Kelly did.
Malignaggi emphasized that this gives Boots a golden shot at another world title, while warning that Kelly's prime talent makes him a dangerous sleeper if he brings his absolute best. He noted that while Ennis has been relentless and consistent throughout his career, Kelly's peak ability means this could turn into a far tougher battle than people expect.
Ennis is close to 30, if not 30, right? It's a chance to grab another world title for Ennis. One in unification. And listen, Kelly, for all the not having lived up to the expectation that he's done, listen, if Kelly can be as special as he was predicted to be for one night, listen, you never know what happens in that fight. Obviously, Ennis has been special every single time he's out there and fights. There's no inconsistency to Ennis, unlike Kelly. But Kelly at his best, there was a reason why there was a lot of expectation heaped on Kelly that he never lived up to. So you always wonder if that Josh Kelly can show up, and then you have a real good fight between Ennis and Kelly, you know?
Tim Bradley pointed out that Kelly's slick movement and deceptive speed could force Boots into a tedious chase, breaking away from the stationary opponents Ennis prefers to trade with. He explained that while Ennis thrives against fighters who stand right in front of him, Kelly's elusive ring generalship style presents a far more frustrating tactical puzzle.
Styles make fights. Josh Kelly don't look like much, but he's quick. He got good reflexes. He got some pop on his shots. He's very deceiving. And he got legs. And he gonna move around all night, and Boots gonna have to chase. He gonna have to chase. And he gonna have to chase. And you know, Boots don't really like to chase. You can hear it when they talking. Well, if he's standing right there in front of me, it's gonna be night. You know, it's not gonna be a short night. They like guys that stand in front of them. Virgil Ortiz, yeah, they like guys that stand in front of them. That's what they like. But I think the fight's going to be a little bit more challenging just because of that aspect.
Bradley predicted that Ennis's high-volume combinations will eventually pierce Kelly's head movement-heavy defense as the fight wears on. He emphasized that if Boots stays aggressive, cuts off the ring effectively, and keeps the pressure dialed up, his power will inevitably find the target for a stoppage.
I think Boots will eventually catch up with him, cut him off, hurt him with a big shot, because, you know, Josh Kelly isn't the most... his defense, even though he's very elusive, Boots throwing combinations, something eventually gonna crack that defense. You know, especially when guys that they just like to use the head movement and be, you know, elusive and agile. You can let those punches fly, man, and something eventually is gonna get in there on the guy. And as long as Boots is pressing forward, cutting off the ring, right, prepare himself for boxers, he should have no problem beating Josh Kelly.
Even Teddy Atlas breaks down why Jaron Boots Ennis poses such a lethal threat to Josh Kelly. He highlights Ennis's surgical precision, elite shot selection, and unpredictable versatility as the key attributes that could completely dismantle Kelly in a high-stakes clash.
Ennis is the puncher, and he's a sharpshooter. He's an accurate puncher. He's a guy that'll go the body, go the head. He'll fight inside, outside, he'll box if he has to, set traps if he has to, walk forward, engage if he has to, or if he wants to. But he is an accurate, sharp-shooting puncher that doesn't waste much and places shots to the right spots.
But Chris Algieri highlighted how Kelly's clear self-awareness and proven toughness make him a uniquely tricky assignment for anyone at 154 pounds. He stressed that evaluating these matchups on paper is useless, meaning the division's top fighters simply have to square off in the ring to see how their styles mesh.
Yeah, very, very difficult style. And he knows what he is, he knows what he isn't. He will fight his fight. So he's a disciplined guy. He's got a lot of heart. He showed that in the Murtaza Aliyev win. So yeah, it's a lot of very good champions at 154. We got to see how they all match up because boxing math doesn't work. We got to have them fight.
Algieri argued that the 154-pound division is far too volatile for anyone to remain undefeated if the elite fighters actually clash with one another. He highlighted how contrasting the explosive, switch-hitting brilliance of Boots against Kelly's elusive guard makes predicting a clear winner nearly impossible until they fight.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Because this is one of those fights, this is one of those divisions where, again, if they all fight each other, I don't think anybody stays undefeated. So even trying to rank people, just because they're all so different. You know, you got Boots, who's a fluid, side-switching, counter-punching, killer puncher. You got
Sean Porter warned that Kelly faces an absolute nightmare in Boots, describing Ennis as a fluid switch-hitting force who seamlessly shifts between elite speed and raw power. He cautioned that behind that fluid skill lies a relentless, stubborn Philly mentality, making Ennis almost impossible for someone like Kelly to unravel.
Boots is like water, man. He goes from the speed to the power. Yeah. He goes from the left to the right. The leverage. He goes, he switch hits, you know. Athletic. Yeah.
Richard Hitchens pointed out that Kelly will have to deal with a far more complete fighter, as Ennis patched up his early amateur flaws to become a lethal threat at close range. He cautioned that Kelly cannot rely on smothered inside work anymore, because Boots now operates with total comfort and sharp precision in tight quarters.
All got better was Boots. Boots wasn't a great inside fighter in the amateurs. Boots is the type of guy, once you get on the inside, he'll kind of not be that physically strong, fumbling around. Now on the inside, you see him tight. He's looking for shots. He might get hit here and there, but he's more comfortable on the inside than the amateur. So I definitely see growth in Boots.
Malik Scott highlighted that Kelly is facing a talent capable of executing absolute masterclasses, comparing Ennis's ceiling to peak Roy Jones Jr. He emphasized that Boots possesses the rare ability to completely dismantle top-tier opponents, making him a terrifying threat to anyone at the elite level.
I really believe that Boots have the ability to have the Roy Jones, Montel Griffin 2 type of performances, not just against guys of that quality, but even against guys of higher quality.
I do not think he has Roy Jones potential, but I think Roy Jones at his best was the best I've ever seen.
That potential what Roy did to Montel in that second fight. Talk about performance.
But Robert Garcia argues that Kelly's severe injury rules him out for November, opening the door for Ennis to face Virgil Ortiz Jr. instead. He insists pushing Kelly to fight hurt is unfair, making a showdown with a fully prepared Ortiz the only logical move.
I know that Eddie Hearn and their team and Boots, they were planning on getting another unification fight against Josh Kelly, and they have the right to do it. You know, we know that Virgil and Golden Boy already settled their problems, so we're ready to do it. We're ready to do it as soon as November, I think. So the fight could be made. And now that Josh Kelly got cut, because the cut's pretty bad, there's no way he'll be ready by November. No way. If they force him or make him believe that he'll be ready, then they're cheating him. They're cheating Josh Kelly. And Josh Kelly should not be crazy to do it or to believe it. He should know that he needs a couple months just to heal his nose, and then to start preparing for the fight. It's going to take another 2 to 3 months. So it's pretty much impossible to think like that. So it's easy now. It's easy. Virgil already settled with Golden Boy. There's no other fight that needs to happen. That's the fight that needs to happen.
Garcia believes a matchup with Ortiz will force Ennis to bring a much sharper, more locked-in version of himself to the ring. He respects Ennis's fan-friendly, risk-taking style, setting up an explosive clash of titans against a relentless knockout artist like Ortiz.
Well, look, that's the first thing that came to my mind also, but we also have to be real and know that if it's Virgil, maybe Boots has a different game plan. Maybe Boots trains harder. Maybe Boots takes the fight a little more serious. So we don't know. Yes, if that would have been Virgil would have knocked him out, would have stopped him. But Sayas and Virgil are totally different fighters. So maybe the game plan will be different against Virgil. So I can't go based on what his performance. I just know that Boots is a great fighter, but I know that I have Virgil that knows what to do and knows how to do it, and he will take care of business.
Mikey Garcia believes Virgil Ortiz Jr.'s game-changing punching power will ultimately swing the fight in his favor against Jaron Ennis. While recognizing Ennis's elite skill set, he warns that taking clean hits from Ortiz will prove too damaging over 12 rounds.
I think Virgil's power will be the difference. Boots has really good skills, can't deny that. Very, very talented fighter. But the power is very, very different. Once you're in the ring, he's strong, bro. You've seen him in his last few fights. And the power is it's impressive. Boots gets caught with 1 or 2 of those shots, and it's gonna hurt him. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight, though. I think Boots he's got the skills to be, very, very good and competitive, and then have some really good rounds. But I think Virgil's power will be the difference. He's too big, too strong.
Garcia points out that Ortiz is far more than just a power puncher, possessing underrated boxing IQ and strategic adaptability. He notes that when raw knockout hunting fails, Ortiz can smoothly transition to smart, disciplined stick-and-move tactics to secure victory.
Well, even when he fought, I think it was Madrimov, he was fighting, trying to stop him. He kept fighting war toe-to-toe. But then, I think it was like the last few rounds of the fight, he started to box. He started showing more jab, a little more leg movement, because he realized, there's no point in trying to stop this guy. I already won the fight pretty much. Let's just stand on the outside. And he did. He boxed very well. He can do a lot more stuff than people think.
Jaron Boots Ennis is convinced that Virgil Ortiz Jr.'s straightforward, high-pressure style plays right into his hands. He warns that trying to march him down will backfire completely, as his own explosive firepower makes Ortiz a tailor-made opponent.
To him, then Virgil, you know what you get from Virgil. Virgil straight up and down. He's gonna try to walk you down, and y'all know come on now, you can't just walk to me, cause I got heat. I got heat for you. So, and I think that makes like people gonna say it's a tailor-made fight for me. You know.
Sebastian Fundora makes it clear that the massive clash with Jaron Ennis is inevitable, placing his full backing behind Virgil Ortiz Jr. while steering clear of the promotional politics. He picks Ortiz as the clear favorite to hand Ennis his toughest test yet.
Nah, that fight's gonna happen. That fight's gonna happen when it needs to happen, and God timed me, you know, but that fight's gonna happen.
On what side are you on right now? Are you on Boots, Virgil, or Golden Boy? Which side do you think you're more on?
The Golden Boy, that's not my business, but I do favor Virgil for that fight.
Fundora believes Ortiz's relentless forward momentum will be the deciding factor that ultimately breaks Ennis down. He argues that non-stop pressure and a relentless work rate will prove too overwhelming for Ennis to handle over 12 rounds.
I think his style's gonna get the job done. More pressure fighter, you know, he's gonna look for that win.
Sergio Mora also zeroed in on a dangerous habit both men share, setting the stage for total chaos in the ring. He warns that because each fighter is obsessed with scoring a stoppage, their willingness to exchange heavy blows leaves them exposed to catastrophic counters.
Ortiz gets hit too. He gets rocked. He gets controversially knocked down as well. He would deny it, but the truth is there. We could see, we have eyes. Boots is the same way. This is the type of fight with Boots and Ortiz, when it happens, one of the biggest fights in boxing against two power punchers that are susceptibly defensively because they're so front foot. They go for the knockout. When you have knockout punchers, you're bound to get touched.
Mora also highlighted that this matchup would be a fascinating clash of survival tactics. He emphasized that Boots relies on subtle movement to minimize clean hits. Ortiz responds to danger by unleashing an all-out, terrifying offensive attack.
Like you can't, I don't like this whole argument that Virgil's been off for a while. He fought in November, man. That was 7 months ago now. Like he has not been off for a long time. And if you believe Robert Garcia, he's been in the gym. He's not sitting on his couch eating Cheetos and getting fat. Like he is sharp and ready to go. I see no reason to believe. Like Boots needs a little bit of time off. That was a tough fight. But late October, early November, let's go. What are we waiting for? I don't want to see Virgil against, I don't even know. Who do you put him in with at 154 pounds that matters?
As the welterweight division reaches a boiling point, a mega fight between Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz Jr. feels more inevitable than ever. Ennis claims Ortiz's walkdown style makes him tailor-made for a highlight reel victory, but elite trainers and champions alike remain split on who truly holds the edge. Will Boots' counterpunching precision prove too sharp, or will Ortiz's relentless pressure and devastating power carry the day? Drop your predictions in the comments below. Let us know who you're taking in this clash of titans, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing coverage.